Here's 3 tips to make you better with Papa Thunder. For credibility, I'm almost at 70% win rate, and I am in GM. No camera today because I am lactose intolerant. Had a milkshake last night. It's taking over me like venom. Tip number 1 is the best part of Thor's kit, in my opinion, is his Storm Surge. Storm Surge is his hammer throw that allows him to dislocate and remove enemies towards your backline. It's really good for Thor if you off angle, get behind them, and then throw somebody into your backline so you can take them out together. Note that although it costs 1 hammer to utilize this ability, as long as you melee after the fact, you will get that hammer directly back. Tip number 2 is Thor's Awaken State's vertical hitbox is absolutely obscene. You can throw it over enemies' head way higher than you'd anticipate and still land the attack. It's really good against backline supports like Rocket and Jeff that are tough to hit from the front line. The mentality you should have is throw these through the front line and always aiming at the back line to make the unsuspecting back line not realize that you're targeting them, because there's a really large hitbox and it's not so hard to do. The range in the Awaken State is also disgusting, so don't stress too much about throwing it thinking it'll disappear. Tip number 3 is that I highly suggest you utilize your Thor Force to play like a backline dive hero instead of a frontline tank. Going behind the enemy lines and utilizing your Thor Force to get into a good location, throwing your hammer throw to get some shield, using this bubble to restore Thor Force anytime you're on somebody, and also using your dash to take height and get behind them, and then Awaken State whenever you have an open support is the best way to play Thor. I always see people thinking they need to stay in the front line and just constantly burn all their abilities just to keep shield up, but in actuality, it's way better to make one single pick into annoy the backline than it is to stand there and beat up the front line. You will restore Thor Force for anyone that's inside this bubble, but it doesn't cost you 1 to utilize, so pop that thing whenever you're around some enemies. Note that it isn't in the tooltip, but this bubble will also slow enemies who exit it.
Slow down.
That's going to do it for my Thor tips today. If you like this kind of content, keep it locked right here to the channel. Follows, likes, comments, shares, all that stuff is super important to me. Drop over on the stream. We'll be live all day on Friday checking out all the new winter stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one.